It was my second town hall in Lintasarta. In that town hall, I mentioned to everybody in Lintasarta that we have to go big on AI because if not, we are going to be left behind. Use AI to experiment, to explore, to assess all the opportunity and the risk.
In a nation of over 17,000 islands, where digital dreams are reshaping every corner of life, Indonesia stands at the dawn of an AI revolution. Bayu Hanantasena, CEO of Lintasarta, a leader on a mission to democratize AI and empower Indonesia to leap from technology consumer to technology creator. From building sovereign AI infrastructure to forging powerful collaborations, Bayu's journey is about more than innovation. It's about unlocking Indonesia's full potential in the fourth industrial revolution. Get ready for a masterclass in leadership, vision, and the future of AI in Southeast Asia.
If you ask where is Indonesia on AI, I think if we look at the AI potential on the timeline, we are still at the very early stage. Our intention in the beginning is how we really able to empower Indonesia. We already established the network infrastructure that is ready to carry the AI workload. This fourth industrial revolution is our biggest opportunity to catch up and to realize our potential. We have to do it now, and we have to do it fast.
Welcome to Between the Lines, where we discuss with some of the region's foremost leaders on how they're shaping the future of their business, of their nation by leveraging technology. Now, today we are here in Indonesia. Indonesia is the world's fourth most populous country. It is also one of ASEAN's biggest digital economy. It is a place which has given rise to many a unicorn. And over the last several years, we have seen incredible adoption of digital technology amongst this archipelago, which is of over 17,000 islands. Today, we are here with a leader who is trying to shape the future of adoption of AI in this country. He is very passionate about it. He has spent over 3 decades in a variety of technology firms, starting with payments, then working into technology infrastructure. And today he is the CEO of Lintasarta. He has a passion and vision to democratize the use of AI across this country. I'm here delighted to have Pak Bayu, CEO of Lintasarta. Welcome, Pak Bayu.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Fascinating time. I know you have such a rich history. You have seen the birth of potentially early adoption of telecommunications, mobile communications, and now AI in this country. So maybe from your vantage point, let's just dive straight in. Where are we with AI in the country?
Okay. I think I will have to say I started in the era of maybe one of the most exciting and unique era where there is a shifting between analog to digital. I still saw some of the analog moving to digital, and also seeing from fixed to mobile, from narrowband to broadband, and now I see it's moving to AI. And again, I would like to say, as we probably know, this kind of technology is different because it's entered the area where in the past is exclusive to human, which is learning, which is thinking, and even they can make, the AI can make its own decision, right? And if you ask where is Indonesia on AI, I think if we look at the AI potential on the timeline, we are still at the very early stage. We are still touching I would say, touching the starting point. And we still kind of trying to use it to have the maximum output from whatever we can employ AI to help us on our works. I think we are still exploring.
So you mentioned, you've been through all the different technology waves. You
Yes.
experience all these waves, right? And do you think that, based on, for example, the mobile wave, and the mobile wave helped connect these 17,000
Correct.
islands in Indonesia, but with AI, there needs to be a certain digital infrastructure. So do you think that digital infrastructure in Indonesia is there already to ensure that AI is successful and it kind of achieves the vision that Indonesians want for it?
Yeah, I think if we look at into the infrastructure to support AI, of course, if we compare to our neighbors, Indonesia probably still not in the front. But in area where it matters the most, I think we have the infrastructure ready. We saw, high bandwidth, very low latency, high availability networks, especially in Java, because it serves, all the big data centers, also connecting big pipes of traffic from everywhere. I think Indonesia is one of the largest, maybe top 5 subscribers to all of the big tech,
Yes.
So big bandwidth is already available. But again, not all of the infrastructure that we require, especially for AI, is readily available in good quantity and good quality. I think we are still building on that one.
You moved across, your career from payments to now building infrastructure, and you say AI infrastructure. Your career has spanned so many different dimensions in so many different ways, so many different companies. Which has posed the biggest leadership challenge? Is this the biggest leadership challenge?
So I think I have to say I started at telco, right? I started as an engineer, as actually transmission engineer. So I do pipe in the beginning. So I lay cable and all, microwave, satellite and all. And I think today's challenge is totally a different level. Again, as I mentioned, because this technology is touching area where human exclusive area was like only second for human. Right now, I think we have a big challenge here. Not only to to understand and use technology, but if we are not moving on the right directions and moving fast, we could be ended with problem where we cannot we will not be able to close the gap.
So do you think that, you mentioned that you made a very good points about all the different types of jobs, different types of careers, industries that need to adopt it. Where is the thinking of the government in Indonesia? Do they also feel the same way as you do?
I think the government is also already aware that AI is very important. I think the plan for AI is there in the government, and also they have plan for AI roadmap and all. But I think the challenge is actually go back into the executions, right? How to make it really happen, and therefore it will really requires a strong collaborations between government, between public sectors, private sectors, end users, everybody, universities, and media as well. Because at the end of the day, you cannot grow this type of ecosystem alone. AI again is very different. We have experience also when we produce AI apps or AI solutions. We cannot do it ourselves. We have to collaborate. We have to, because we only have a fraction of the solutions. For example, we only have the infra, we only have the algorithm, those people who can develop the solutions. But the data is probably not on our domain. It is our partners' domains, right? And the expertise is on the other partners' domain. So we need to collaborate on that to create, the real AI.
Maybe that's a good segue. Can you tell us a bit about your Lintasarta's AI journey? How is it started? How it has evolved? Where is it today?
Okay, so our journey goes back to 2023. I remember 8 August 2023. It was my second town hall in Lintasarta. And in that town hall, I mentioned to everybody in Lintasarta that we have to go big on AI. Because if not, we are going to be left behind. Only two type of company in the next decades, right? One company embrace AI, the other is company that out of business, right? We have no choice. So go big on AI. And because we started with the infrastructure business, so we start with the infra. So that's the first journey. So the next month in September, we start our discussions between us and NVIDIA. Because after we study and all, I remember we have very few GPUs at that time from NVIDIA for some of our customers that require the GPU, but only very few. And then NVIDIA came and we had good discussions on how the next step. Then we start discussing about how a nation initiative on AI, how to build AI at the national level and all. And then it came to the notion that, we have a program. NVIDIA said we have a program for NVIDIA cloud partners to build sovereign AI cloud in the country. Because Jensen Huang keep mentioning that, AI in the end of the day have to be sovereign. Because the intelligence is like a natural resource that need to be kept in country to be able to compete. You still have a competition and competitive advantage in country. Otherwise, you have nothing, right? So I think that's the journey. So in 2024, we got a approval from NVIDIA to become NCP, and together with Indosat, our parent company, we start building the infrastructures. I think you are also, Manat's also very close to that program as well.
But I mean, to get to that part, I mean, there are a lot of challenges.
Correct.
Access, teaching people how to ask a question, right? So how do you think we can get there here in Indonesia?
I think one of the initiative that we took since 2024 is kind of AI Merdeka is like of a AI Nation program that we initiate. We know that our part will be like small compared to these countries, but what we're trying to do is to spark, to spark the first, so that people can, take up from there. So I think we get good tractions from other participants, I would say, from the university, from the startup, from even the individuals that follows the program. We graduated 412 AI talent last year from around 30,500 applicants. We graduated. Wow. Yes, and those applicants are already those who are, selected basically. So it's like creme de la creme, and we hope that those guys will continue to, to propagate, to disseminate the AI, not only on the consumptions but also the production. Yeah.
Are you happy with the overall consumption of AI? Has been in line with what you thought, or what is holding us back? Why are not enough Indonesian companies consuming it at the pace at which we would like them to see?
I think you also probably heard from many of the company. They would like to see the AI impact on the P&L, right? So basically, they said, "Oh, the AI is not impacting the P&L." When they say that, they would like to see the impact on the bottom line, a positive bottom line, right? Well, actually, as I mentioned to you, in Indonesia, the situations is kind of like different in terms of scaling the technology, right? At the individual level, people are playing around because the risk is small, the risk is low. It's nothing because it's free, right? You can play around with AI
Yeah.
individually because it's free. But when involve something, we have to commit on something. Normally, Indonesian companies will take a wait and see stand. Although we understand some of the leading companies, the early adopters, already put a big investment on AI. So you will be surprised that many companies have already invested a lot.
Yeah.
I think the investment on AI is exceeding billions in Indonesia. So it's not small, but it is nothing compared to the potential.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, this AI, many of these initiatives, there are many pilot projects.
Yeah.
But not many of them don't go beyond pilot to commercial. What is the key reason? Is it because people are experimenting?
We see this everywhere.
Yes. Again, I think.
What is your view?
Yeah, I think. Again, it is statistically, it's like that, right? So I think we cannot avoid that. But I think the best way to solve the issues is using the AI. Use AI to experiment. Use AI to explore. Use AI to assess all the opportunity and the risk. Because the chances are, when somebody else already tried this and make some error, it's already captured in the in somewhere on the AI. You just need to prompt it. You don't repeat the same mistakes again. With that proper logic and algorithm, proper prompting, you can eliminate the mistakes, repeat mistakes, and also accelerate the progress. So basically, the solution going back to AI. So you don't need a big, fancy consulting, marketing consultant, and all. If you able to use AI combined with other data points, and this is something that we are currently building. Just give you a teaser.
Lintasarta is one of your biggest value propositions of GPU Merdeka is sovereignty.
Correct.
Right? So why this sovereignty in context of Indonesia, and why is Lintasarta's sovereign cloud, let's say, better than a hyperscaler sovereign cloud? And what role does it play? What inherent advantage does it have?
Yeah, I think sovereignty is going to be tested in the extreme situations, right? So, for example, if you have a very high value, sensitive data and also intelligence, you don't want to put it like everywhere, right? You want to put it in deep on your pocket, right? For example. Also, all the sensitive consumer or customers' data, when you basically have to protect. We have law, we have strict rules in some of the industry, like financial industry, banking, and also some of the resources required sovereignty, not because they cannot put it everywhere, but because this this information, this intelligence is high value and have to become national treasures rather than put it everywhere. You don't want to put your treasures everywhere, right? So basically, on the extreme situations, you want to make sure that it still sit on your what is that, control. Basically, the control is very important here because there's going to be very interesting time when you have a lack of control on the extreme situations. So that's why I think our solution, our proposition is unique in terms of the sovereignty. So it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be head-to-head with all the hyperscalers because we are playing in a different domain. They play on a very high profile hyperscale situation where we are playing on the sovereign, very niche, where we can protect very deeply. And we are also running some of the private cloud from some of the company to make sure these solutions serve their appropriate need.
Right.
So again, we are not competing with the claim, but yes, we provide a different level of sovereignty for our customers.
And how about your teams? How are you working with them for them to use AI? Are there specific programs? Are there initiatives? How do you are you measuring them in their use of AI? How is that? Can you give us some guidance into it?
Yeah, and in the beginning, we are not setting like a very strict target and all. Normally, that we do is we have a time target because we don't know what will be the impact of each, right? So we kind of in sprint we kind of having okay, this should take like 3 weeks. Okay, let's see. We check 3 weeks. Okay, something like that. So the target is for us is now is more on the time. But once we have some of the model and we try to monetizing it, then start to play. Okay, if this implemented here, how much we get and all. Then you have another KPIs like monetization target, something like that. So we have different stages of building different KPI for the process. But in the end, again, because we are economic animals, all will be measured by, the impact on the PNL as expected. Yeah. So I think that's how it plays so far. And we had not big numbers, but very healthy. We have some very healthy AI apps already. Very healthy means a very good margin. Not bad. But we just need to replicate the process, replicate and accelerate so that we can have scale that really impactful. So not yet scale, but some of the trials are making a good progress.
Okay.
So when it comes to AI workloads, AI application, how does the security aspect of it change compared to, say, your typical, your other kind of IT workloads or IT platforms?
Yeah, I think one of the requirement is to secure the AI itself, not necessarily the infra only, but on the AI as well. And also the other customers wanted to make sure that even we are building with them, with their data is still secured on their premise. So that requires a different level of security solutions, right? And there are also, this is from banking basically, and there are also a requirement from like a resources company on the the reserve analysis, the reserve analysis of certain wheels and all that requires a different security solution. So again, in the nutshell, I can say the security solution is like more diverse and sophisticated compared to before. You know, as a telco, we provide the security solution normally is mostly on the SOC, on MSSP, right? But now you have to secure not only the infra, not only ini, but also the thing that running on that, the thing that is running on that infra. So it really require different level of solutions.
So do you think customers are kind of underestimating the AI security threats?
I think
compared to
not
other
only
threats?
AI security threat. I think in general, it's just different recently. It just changed recently, but in the past, I see most of the customers were underestimating the security solutions. Even when we give a warning and all, saying, "Oh, okay, wait for next year budget, whatever." But then after they get something, then okay. I think people should understand, and enterprise should learn that, you know, in the end, it's not only the cost, it's not only the security, but securing your business is something that is priceless, right? Because in certain industry, you lose the trust. Is similar with you lose the business. So it is very critical for some industry. So that's why for that particular industry, the players, many of them already aware and they are willing to invest now.
Does the whole sovereignty aspect change the cybersecurity conversation?
No, because it's kind of a different domain. I don't know, maybe in your case it's different, yeah. But it seems it's a different domain when you say between the sovereignty and the security. So it's like of you will be able to combine it, but it's a different domain.
Okay.
Yeah. What are the things? What are the learning you have? You would like to share with us in Indonesia that will help us to accelerate our AI development in this country?
I think one thing, one of the questions we asked was, do you see that a lot of, why are companies still stuck in POC? But we're finding it's global.
It's global.
It's global. It's a global
So we are
challenge.
not off the chart.
No.
Okay.
It is. I think we did a survey. We've been running these roundtables. I think it was only about 15%.
Yeah.
Companies have actually moved to production, and this is not like AI projects like
Private GPT.
They had GPT, Chat GPT, or gave them, etc. These are actual projects, internal projects that they brought into production that actually help the company's bottom line very, very low globally. That's what we're seeing.
That means the potential is still big.
I think the potential is still big, and I think one of the things that we keep seeing is how do you measure success? Does the KPIs need to change? Right, because you're measuring success based on the past. So now with AI, are there other measurements of success that we need to look at? So that's definitely one thing that we found.
But the good thing is, at the end of the day, everything is on the P&L, right?
Yeah.
But I think you are right in terms of leading indicators. You should see a different measures.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we can kill a good project early.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Or even prolong a bad project too long.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yes. Okay. Good to know. What do you think?
let's go one by one, right? Wherever AI has worked, it is to do with extremely strong leadership. It is less about technology. It is the strong belief of the leader that there is a huge opportunity with it. And it is less to do with AI for productivity and cost. It is to do with AI for growth. Right? Because those conversations have enabled to drive greater conviction and purpose.
Okay.
Right? And I take the example of Lintasarta and Indosat itself. Because you all could see an AI for growth, you have invested and doubled down on AI. If it was purely productivity, maybe you would not have done or gone so all in on AI. Okay? So there is a common pattern that the companies which are beginning to see AI for growth, or the CEOs that see AI for growth, are the ones who are able to drive greater conviction and investment and push their organizations forward for it. You know? And I think that's a big requirement.
Correct.
If we don't do that, we will be all caught up in this race of productivity, cost efficiency, and it will reduce our ability to to grow and innovate. So the sooner we find that avenue, I think that is. I think second is clearly wherever governments have shown a positive reinforcement, because this is a game which is being played at a massive scale advantage, and if governments don't support, it is very difficult for a country to compete.
Yes.
So governments have to invest. They have to create the environment. They have to push the agenda. They have to give the incentives. They have to make it happen and democratize it. So it is supremely important that the government creates that environment, and that's why you can see, the big nations are able to move with scale. Right? So I think those are the two big, in my opinion, things that
I see two other things that I've noticed talking to people, especially in Asia Pacific. We mentioned that there's a lot of investment going into it, but of course there's also what I see some companies doing is how do they arbitrage with costs, right? Like so, say for example, you have different types of AI models. You'll have the Chinese models that are much cheaper, right? That do the job, that are actually quite good. Then you have maybe a sovereign model that you may have to use for certain regulated industries. Then you have the American models, right? That are at the highest cost, but maybe you want to use it for safety, or they may come up with the best outputs. So you need to arbitrage who uses what, right? If not, because you can't have everyone going to ChatGPT all the time.
Correct.
You can't have everyone going to Claude all the time. Maybe for some of the programming, some of the Chinese models are actually quite good.
Yeah.
Right? And they are 10x to sometimes 20x cheaper than Anthropic, than a Claude, right? So we're starting to see that routing based on costs. Based on identity, like who you are. Are you a developer? Are you a CEO?
Yeah.
Right? So there's routing based on, so that's starting to come up, right? And I think actually that's something that you can offer to your customers. So that's one. The other thing that is big in Asia is that I think will come up is physical AI. Okay? And physical AI is not Elon's Optimus or Robotaxi, but in terms of logistics, the whole logistics and ports sector, right? How do you use AI in ports to, do all these containers and moving containers and everything? So that is coming in a big way. And in Singapore, the Port of Singapore authorities, PSA, their new port in Tuas is now fully AI enabled. They're going to put AI to manage the cranes, all those compute. They all have a small language models. All of the cars, the trucks, they are all autonomous. No one is driving it. and it's all managed by a central AI brain. So I think that in terms of logistics, and maybe I think in Indonesia in terms of mining, maybe mining operations. I think the mining operations, I don't know about Indonesia, but I know in Australia, they're starting to look into the mining. How do we use
Yes, yes.
the mines to, for all those huge trucks?
Yeah, yeah. It
to go-
started,
right? Yeah,
because
sure, yeah.
the SSE,
SSC is?
so health and
Safety.
Oh,
safety.
Safety, yeah.
Health and safety is very important because one accident,
Yes.
the operation will be stopped,
Shut down. Yeah.
shut down. So it's going to be very expensive. It's happening here as well.
Yeah.
So, okay, good. So we have to invite government.
Or a government has to do if they are not leading,
Yes.
Yeah.
like because the scale is so big,
Yeah,
right?
agree.
So I think
Not only that, the KPIs are so hazy, right? The output. So the government has to invest because if it's private sector, they'll want a result right away, right?
yeah,
Especially, I think the government role will be very important in the area of again public sector and research, because this is going to be difficult. Yeah, we need a strong research to even solving our own problem, not necessarily to export to solve other people's problem.
as you scale AI, what is harder, innovation or agility?
Innovation.
One word to describe the future of the Indonesian AI engineer.
AI engineer.
Your favorite local nuance that AI models or global AI models will usually miss?
Food advice.
Early bird or night owl when it comes to deep thinking?
Early bird.
The AI buzzword that you think should disappear forever?
Hallucination.
One superpower that becomes more valuable as AI scales and democratizes?
Empathy.
If AI could take over one part of your CEO role, what would you delegate?
Operations.
Best career advice you ignored when younger but now fully embrace?
Networking.
What sparks your creativity? Silence, music, or control chaos?
I like silence.
If your leadership style were a music genre, what would it be and why?
Classic rock. It's combine everything from harmony to richness and dynamics.
Last question. What education and industry gap worries you the most today?
I think the growing gap between the current curriculum and the rapid technology advancement.
What is your aspirational view of Lintasarta a few years down the road?
In the beginning, that is not our intention. Our intention in the beginning is how we really able to empower Indonesia. So empowering Indonesia is the initial driving factors, because as Indonesian, I have internal driving force that we've been lagging in the past 3 industrial revolutions. Indonesia is lagging, right? We are not at the forefront, even not in the middle front, right? So this fourth industrial revolution is our biggest opportunity to catch up and to realize our potential. Some consulting, some analysts said that, well, Indonesia have potential to become top 5, economic, biggest economy in the world. But without technology, it will not happen, right? Even the president said we aim for 8% growth. 8% will not come without good implementation, without good technology, right? naturally we only circling around 5% in the past decades. And if we want to go faster, not only we change in terms of all the things that we need to solve, but I think many of Indonesian problem can and have to be solved with the right technology. With the proper implementation of technology, so we have to do it now. And we have to do it fast.
What is it that Lintasarta has done well in the last 2 years?
I think we established a different type of solutions to enable the AI. Not only the GPU as you mentioned already, but we already established, we already built and established the network infrastructure that is ready to carry the AI workload. We are also start to build a strong security portfolio. Yeah, not only to secure what current ICT security, but also to secure AI. And I think after that, we are also already established, of course, it's still very early stage, a collaboration platform to create AI together, you know, because without gotong royong, without collaboration, I don't think we can catch up as fast and as skilled as possible.
What could you have done better?
Collaboration. Collaboration could have done better if we met the right partners as early as possible. But again, we understand that will take time. It takes two minimum to tango, right? So it's going to take time. We understand that chemistry need to be established and all. So we are passionate, but we are also patient.
Excellent. Great.
Okay.
On that note, thank you very much, Bayu. It was
you.
great
welcome.
talking to you. Thank you for giving us such deep insight into what's happening in Indonesia on the AI front and on how your ambitions and aspirations for Golden Indonesia. Thank you for spending this.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks.
Thank you.